I'm going to start with an update on Saturday evening's homicide in Coal Harbour. Vancouver police have now identified the victim of that homicide as Harpreet Singh Dhaliwal. Dhaliwal was a 31-year-old man from Abbotsford. He died Saturday evening after being shot outside of a restaurant in Coal Harbour. The incident occurred shortly before 9 p.m. The investigation is ongoing. It's a very serious investigation. We continue to believe that this was a targeted killing and that Mr. Dhaliwal was the intended victim. We don't believe there is an ongoing imminent risk to the public. However, obviously it is very concerning anytime there is gun violence in the city, especially in an area that is so heavily trafficked. This occurred in the busy Coal Harbour neighborhood, very close to where a lot of people do walk on the seawall and such. I don't have any information about his criminal history. I can tell you that the homicide is still under investigation. Our homicide unit is actively investigating, working diligently to understand all of the circumstances that happened and to hold those people who did this accountable.
What leads them to believe it's targeted?
It has all the hallmarks of a targeted killing.
Murder in Coal Harbour. As is typically the case in these things, we're saying it was targeted, no further risk to the public, but as we know, obviously these shootings do put the public at risk in some ways. As you said, it happened in a packed area in Coal Harbour. Can you speak specifically to the risk to the public going forward and innocent bystanders potentially, and the retaliatory aspect of this with Dhaliwal, a well-known gang member? We know his brothers are also members of the Brothers Keepers as well. Can you speak about, do you expect this to kind of further inflame the gang violence that we've seen in the local area?
Well, I can't speculate on what might happen, but what I can say is that it is frightening and disheartening when gun violence occurs on our city streets. It's shocking. It does put a lot of people at ease. It does put a lot of people. It gives a lot of it. Sorry, I'm having trouble finding my words here, sir. It's shocking to the community, and it does affect a lot of people. It makes a lot of people concerned, and we will do whatever we can to investigate this, to hold the people accountable who did this. We do think that it was a targeted killing. It has all the hallmarks of an intentional killing, and we don't believe that there is imminent risk to the public as a result of this. However, this was a busy area. It is Coal Harbour. It occurred in front of a restaurant that time of night on a beautiful spring evening. There's hundreds of people out, whether they be going for dinner, walking from home, jogging on the seawall, riding their bikes. And anytime there's any kind of gun violence in a neighborhood like that, it's frightening. It's disheartening. And we will do whatever we can to solve this crime and solve it as soon as we can to hold those who did it accountable.
For sure. And obviously we know there are a ton of witnesses that watched this happen. Do you know, did the suspect take off on foot or in vehicle? Like the witness account, we don't really know much about exactly how the victim was approached or anything like that. Can you describe perhaps how the suspect or suspects got away or approached the victim before the killing?
Yeah, I appreciate those are all questions that the public is seeking answers to. I don't have all of those questions, or I don't have all of the answers to give you, in large part because those are details that are still under investigation. We have an idea of what happened. However, it wouldn't be appropriate to speak in detail about it until the investigation is complete and we've been able to suss out all of those details. As you can imagine, it was and I know a lot of you guys had footage of the scene and the aftermath down there. It was a bit of a chaotic situation. There was a lot of people around, so we're currently working with every resource that we have to gather evidence, to understand better what happened, and to hold whoever did this accountable.